This is where we're going to start to use our highlighters. Highlighters. Don't work ahead, please. My highlighter, I'm going to highlight this first term in orange. Can you highlight it with me, please? We're going to do this for division right now. We're doing multiplication. That first, the highest degree in orange. Then we also have green. I'm going to highlight my x squared terms. See how it's on a diagonal? My x squared terms in green. Then I'm going to highlight my x terms, just a single x, with pink. And this is going to help me combine like terms. So I heard some debate from our teams. What was your final answer? We should get 2x cubed plus 9x squared minus 2x minus 3. How did that go for your groups? Good. Okay, and we're going to start to color code. We're going to combine like terms. Any questions on number 2, part A? Part B says, what is this polynomial, the one we just got out, what is it divided by 2x plus 1? What if I took this and divided it by 2x plus 1? What would the answer be?
X squared plus 4x plus 3.
Good. It would be equal to x squared plus 4x minus 3. And how do we know? Let's go back to the first problem that we did. Fantastic. They are inverse operations. So what we're going to do today is polynomial division. We're going to start to reverse the box, and we're going to do this kind of in baby steps. We're going to start with a box filled out. Then we're going to do a box completely blank. Okay? And I am going to use the box over here on the board, because I find that students have an easier time when they see me physically putting terms in instead of me writing on the iPad. Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth. Are you ready? Number 3 says we're going to miss in the filling blanks. So I have my divisor over here, and I'm trying to work backwards. What needs to go here? What needs to go here? What needs to go here? We got it already? 4x squared. And I just want to confirm. X times 4x squared, it gets me this highest degree, but it also fits this box too. What was the next one? Negative 5x. It works here, it works here. Remember, we're multiplying. Last box. Good. So then let's write this out. What multiplication problem would fulfill this box? What multiplication problem should we write out? I heard it. What are we doing? Yeah? And now the tricky part. Let's do this. We were color coding. My highest term is up here in orange. That's going to be first.
Wait. What is the first one? -1?
Degree, 4x cubed. How many x squared terms do we have? A negative 1. Good. How many x terms do I have? Negative 2x. And then finally we got plus 3. Are we okay with how things simplify from our box? So then what would the division problem be? What would the division problem be for this box? Yep. Good. Yes. What just came out of the box, which was 4x cubed minus x squared minus 2x plus 3 divided by that factor on the side. And it would give us the top of the box. What comes out of the top? Let me write out the box. And then we just reverse the box. This has to add to negative 20x squared. This turns to a positive. This has to add to negative 13 or negative 3x. And that will check out in the end. So our answer comes out of the top. Again, the color coding, showing that on the whiteboard, much easier to see this last example. Let's do quick notes. So we looked at two things today. We looked at multiplying and dividing polynomials. So when we're multiplying, this is review. We've been doing this for a while now. Multiplying. We're going to use a rectangle or a box. Okay? Some of our boxes earlier on were 2 by 2, but now we're going to use rectangles. It could be a 2 by 3. It could be even bigger than that. We're going to use a rectangle to multiply polynomial together. Okay, and we'll use our box. And our box just depends on how big it is. In the inside, we get our product. We get our final answer. On the outside, we have our factors. Factor and our factor. We've been doing this for a while. What's new today is we're dividing polynomials. Okay? And what this looks like is we always have our highest degree first. Then we have our next degree. We've seen this before. C is always our last term, a single number. And we're dividing by a factor. And again, we call this last part our divisor. That's what we're dividing by, our divisor. Again, we're going to use a rectangle to undo this. To undo or reverse the box. And we'll find our answer comes out of the top of our box. And again, the size of the box really just depends. The size really just depends. But we have our divisor on the left side. Our answer will come out of the top. And again, we're trying to undo this as we go. The size of the box really will depend. And we're just going to skip right to number 2 and 3 because I think we need more practice with dividing. We've been multiplying for a while now. I think we need more practice with dividing. Anyone need a second to finish the quick notes? All right, divide. X cubed minus 13x squared plus 40x plus 14 by x minus 7. Does it divide evenly? So I'm just going to make an open-ended box right now. Can you build this with me? I'm going to make an open-ended box. I'm not quite sure how big this box is going to be. It just depends on what we need. I do know on the left is going to go x minus 7. And like we've been color coding, I'm going to start with my x cubed term in the top left, my highest degree. And I'm going to make one column to get started. Now I'm just reversing. I'm trying to go backwards. I'm reversing. So x times what has to give us x cubed? Good, x squared. And then this is going to become negative 7x squared. And these two boxes need to add to what? Okay, negative 13x squared. So how many more do I need to put in this box to get me to negative 13x squared? Negative 6. Good. So this is going to be negative 6x squared. What has to go on the top then to make that true? Negative 6x. And I'm going to bring that down. A negative 6 times a positive 7. What's it going to be? Positive. You're close. 42. 42x. Okay, and again, I'm going to highlight this pink. This box and this box need to combine to be 40x. Good, so I need a negative 2x up here. So then what has to go over here? A negative 2. And then what has to go here? 14. Man, it just so happens it ends up being a 2 by 3. Does this divide evenly? Yes. No remainder. Do you remember remainders? Do you? Do you remember remainders? How about 12 divided by 9? How many times? 9 goes in once with a remainder of 2/3. Yeah, so sometimes we might get a remainder. Yes? Remember that? Did I pick a hard one? Let's do a different one. No, Vinny? No? You got it? Remember remainders? Yeah, how about like 9 divided by 7? How many times does 7 go into 9? With a remainder of 2/9, right? There'd be 2/9 left over. Remainders. We're going to get a remainder, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get a remainder in this next one. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's set up a box. I'm going to make it open-ended. I'm going to start with my first column. And I'm going to put my highest degree up there. Oops, orange. X cubed. What has to go on top then? Good, x squared. And the bottom is going to be minus 3x squared. We're color coding green. These two boxes need to add to what? Negative 13x squared. So what has to go in that box? Negative 10x squared. And that's negative 10x. Okay. This needs to add up to 40x. What are we getting in this box right here? Positive 30x. Good. So what has to go in this one? That's pink. Positive 10x. Okay. So then what has to go right here? 10. Oh no, I'm getting negative 30. Did I want negative 30? I wanted 14. So then, if I want 14, how much should I add? To get to positive 14. I'm at negative 30. How much do I add to get to positive 44? So here's how I write my answer. My answer still comes out of the top, but now I have an extra 44 over my divisor. This does not divide evenly. No, we get a remainder. Are we okay with that remainder and how we got 44? I'm at negative 30, but I want positive 14, so I'd have to add 44.